Hi, welcome to today's tutorial video where we will be dealing with materials. We will create a new material from color and texture samples. Surface samples will be prepared and the handling of PBR materials will be addressed as well. Let's get to it. We will work on this model. We first create a new material based on a color. You can do this by clicking on the materials in the Design Center, then selecting the small gear and choosing Create New Material. Here, by clicking on the color, we select the color table we need from the color tables. You can create a custom color or choose from a range of colors. We now choose the Royal 7048 Gray from the RAL color scale. For example, if you know that you will use this for wall, select proper render styles made for wall surfaces. Let's change the material brightness. Enter the name of the material. Now it's going to be Royal 7048. Save it in the directory in the Colors category. Drag and drop it on the desired wall. Select Tile as Painting and click on the wall. That's it. And now we are going to create material from texture. You can also place textured material from the material library on your 3D model or download it from the showroom. The showroom is also available from Interior BIM library path. You can find 3D models and materials from many manufacturers in the showroom. Now look at the manufacturer Rovitex and download Tenerife 105 texture. The program tells you where this content is saved. Accept and locate it under Materials, Fabrics and Curtains. Drag the Tenerife 105 material onto the curtain using the drag and drop method and select the Change Material on this object option. Right-click on the curtain and select Find Material. The material can be modified afterwards. For example, if the curtain is transparent, set the transparency value higher. In the next step, we will work with texture downloaded from the internet. Find the JEB website. I'd like to download textures from this website because the textures are provided with seamless pattern. Now we will download a wallpaper sample. Find the floral product line. We will download the Crivelli wallpaper. Let's look at its properties. Note the length of repeat parameter, which is 70 cm. This will be the repetition period of the seamless pattern. That is, it determines the actual width of the pattern. Then set the sample type when downloading. The resolution here should be 900 pixels. Choosing a higher resolution can slow down our model. Click the Download button. In order to download from the site, you need to register. There are two ways to download the sample. One is to save to your computer. The other is to just copy. If you choose to copy, you can paste it into ARCHLine immediately, as we do it now. This is only recommended if the sample is a good quality pattern, so you don't need to edit it before you want to use it on your model. However, if you are not downloading a proper seamless pattern, then you need to edit it before use. In those cases, you need to select Save As. For this pattern, we click Copy. Alright, let's go back to the program. Click Materials in the Create New Material dialog. Click the texture icon and select Paste. The downloaded sample is displayed. Specify the appropriate render style. Let's set it a little darker. It is very important to specify the width of the pattern, which is 70 cm. Click on it to keep the ratio and enter 70 cm for its width. Enter the name of the substance, Crivelli. Then save the directory in the Wallpaper My category. Use the drag and drop method to place it on the back wall as a color. Let's take a closer look at this. We see that this is a continuous seamless pattern. If we cannot find such a seamless pattern on the internet, we need to make one from the downloaded sample. We can easily do this in ARCHLine. A seamless pattern is a continuous infinite pattern that shows no square repetition in either direction. This spreading sample can only be prepared from materials that contain the entire recurrence period, like this pattern on the wall. So now let's look at how we can create such a seamless pattern. I have pre-downloaded an image from the internet that is not a seamless pattern but contains some breaks. I'll put it on the floor plan. Save this as a material to see what it looks like when we place on a wall. From the context menu, choose Save, Save as Material, and save it as a Wallpaper 1 in your own category. Adjust the width of the wallpaper. Let it be 70 cm. All other parameters are accepted. Find the material in the library. Activate the 3D view and drag it to the wall with the Tile as Color option. Let's get a little closer. The square repetition is visible, so this is not a seamless pattern. We will make a seamless pattern from this. Let's go back to the floor plan. From the shortcut menu, choose Edit, Create Seamless Pattern. Click on the orange line and draw vertically or horizontally until the patterns overlap. We accept Enter. From the context menu, choose Save, Save as Material. We saved as Wallpaper 2 in the same category. Here too, we must specify the properties of the material, maintaining the ratio, adjust the width of the sample to 70 cm. Locate this in the registry as well and drag it to the wall using the Tile as Coloring option. That's it. We see that this pattern now is a completely continuous with no square repetition on it. Now we will use a texture that doesn't include the periodic repetition. We cannot make a seamless pattern from this with the previous method. We need to use another editing method. I downloaded this, an abstract image, from the internet. Now I activate the 2D view and place this abstract wallpaper material on the floor plan. We see that this doesn't contain any repetitions. From the context menu, choose Edit, Make Seamless Pattern Quad. In this case, the program mirrors the pattern along the X and Y axis. Save this material as Wallpaper 3. The width of the sample should be 70 cm. Then find it in the Object Center. Activate the 3D view and place it as a coloring. This is what it looks like when we create a square deflection pattern. And now, as I mentioned at the beginning, we will be dealing with PBR materials. PBR means physically based rendering, and it allows us to simulate existing materials as realistically as possible in all lighting conditions. PBR materials are based on the texture maps, and the maps describe the most important material properties such as diffuse, glossy, reflective, metallic, and so on. Let's switch views. There are two ways to access these materials. One way to access is to Object Center Quality Materials. We save material samples here. These PBR are marked with small diamond icon. Take for example this rusty material. I place it on the wall as painting. Let's look at this. Then let's look at the properties of the material using the material search. We see that in this case of different materials, the material properties, glossiness, reflection, and roughness of the material can be determined not only by the values but also by the textures. This makes PBR materials much more realistic and detailed than normal materials. The other advantage is that we have access to these materials from the huge and constantly growing database. Click on Interior Materials Download. The command takes you to ARCHLine.XP PBR collection website, which lists the websites from which you can download such PBRs. For example, let's look at this ambient CG page, where if you click on material, you can download different materials divided into different groups. We are going to find a pocket now. Let's go with wood floor 007. As we can see, we can download the material in different resolutions. You may want to use 1K or 2K because higher resolution materials can slow down your work. I will download 1K as a zip file. These zip files contains the texture group that describes the property of the material. So let's download and find the downloaded file. Let's go back to ARCHLine.XP. We don't have to unzip this zip file, but we'll grab it and drag it into Design Center, the Materials category. In this case, the program already knows the properties of the material. First, set the rendering style, which will be pocket. For example, you can change its brightness, size, reflection, roughness, and refraction. If you adjust them with the slider, you can see how their appearance changes in the real time under the Rendering tab. Save this new material in the Pocket category. In the Object Center, you will also find quality materials called Wood Floor 007. Place the material onto the floor. Then, if you right-click on the material search, you can adjust its properties afterwards. In the following picture, you can already see the rendered photorealistic image, where you can observe the material quality of the PBR pocket. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for similar videos.